Okay, today we have the spinal cord. The spinal cord is continuous with the medulla oblongata in the cranial cavity and extends downward until it reaches the level of the L2, second lumbar vertebrae, yani lower border of L1 or beginning of L2. Okay, so it extends from here and descends until L2, L1, L2. The inferior part of the spinal cord extends as nerve roots, which are the sacral and lumbar, which are these nerves. These are known as the cauda equina. Okay, cauda equina, and here these are the dorsal nerves, dorsal root. Okay, so the dorsal roots, we have the posterior dorsal ganglion, dorsal root ganglion, which are the sensory ganglions. So these identify the dorsal roots. Then we also have the ventral roots, which are the motor. Okay, the gray matter of the spinal cord is edge-shaped, and it's the inside of the spinal segment. The outside is the white matter. White matter is divided into faniculi, which are anterior, lateral, and posterior. And the gray matter, as we said, is edge-shaped. We have ventral horn and lateral horn, and we have the commissure, which is in between them, connecting them. Okay. Now these are the cadaveric spinal cord samples. We said this spinal cord, it is covered by the meninges. So the meninges are continuous with those of the cranium. This is the dura mater. Okay, this thick meninges is the dura mater, which is continuous with only the meningeal layer of the dura mater upwards, not with the industrial layer. Okay, and it is separated from the vertebral column by the epidural space that contains the veins, ascending and descending veins, and also contains some fat. Okay, so this is about the epidural space. Then adherent to the dura mater, here we have the arachnoid mater. This glycerin color is of the arachnoid mater. Okay, يعني أو بريقية arachnoid matter here. ماشي dura أو زي excellency arachnoid matter. Below the arachnoid matter we have the subarachnoid space, which is filled with the cerebrospinal fluid and is continuous with this subarachnoid space of the brain, of the skull. Okay, and with the left and fourth ventricles of the brain. Then we have adherent to the spinal cord itself, we have the pia mater, which is the vascular loose connective tissue. So this is the pia mater. Okay, these three meninges, they as the spinal nerve segments come out of the spinal cord, they take a folding from these meninges, and then later these meninges fuse with the epineuroneum of the nerves. Okay, so this is the spinal nerve. Here we have this enlargement, which is known as the cervical enlargement or the cervical swelling. Okay, as you can see, it's wider than the other areas. Here it's narrow, here it's wide. This is due to the innervation to the muscles of the upper limb. So namely, this is giving rise to the brachial plexus. These are the nerve roots. Okay, these are the nerve roots which are emerging from the spinal cord. Then we also yan dorsale yan ventrala natan ziakino esa çünkü leri diğerine anterior median fissure posterior median septum. Also downward we have the lumbar swelling. In this area we also have a small swelling. This is the lumbar swelling or lumbar enlargement for the innervation of the lower limb muscles, which are the lumbosacral plexus. Okay, alerish bizan diğer cervical enlargement, alerish lumbar enlargement. Yani era handak asutera. Then we said at the level of the inferior border of L1 and beginning of L2, spinal cord ends, but the nerve roots of the sacral and the coccygeal nerves come downward and form a structure that resembles a horsetail, known as the cauda equina. These nerves fibers are the quada equina. Also these, okay? These are the quada equina. In the middle of it, here we have a structure. This structure. Okay, before that we may say that the inferior taper part of the spinal cord is known as the conus medullaris. This part is the conus medullaris that tapers, becomes like a pyramid. From its apex or from its inferior border, we have a continuation of the pia mater known as the filum terminale. This is the filum terminale, okay? Continuation of the pia mater attaches the spinal cord to the back of the coccyx bone. Conus medullaris is the tapering part, inferior part of the spinal cord. Or spinal cord near كديت إير أو هذا بتتابر أو region spinal cord pedalin conus medullaris. From its inferior tapered border, continuation of the pia mater, known as the filum terminale, connects it to the back of the coccyx bone. Okay.
Sorry.